Jobber Nation, welcome to a Wednesday night delight of the Jobbertears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Bless in the building. Well, in our actual homes, mi casa, su casa. Happy Wednesday, happy Thanksgiving Eve to everyone celebrating Thanksgiving. Safe travels if you're traveling right now, because they say this is the busiest travel week of the year. So anyone traveling, safe travels. We got a lot to talk about. Um, Full gear. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about some drama-filled situations going on the AEW front. And then we will most likely wrap up with our Survivor Series predictions. And speaking of Survivor Series, we will myself along with Mr. Black will be at Legends.
It's gonna be at Playwright. I just got word.
Ooh, playwright. So make sure to look on our social media for that flyer and information. But we will be there. So come out and hang with us this weekend. Shout out to Robert Brown. Happy early Turkey Day. What are you guys thankful for? One thing you're thankful for.
Life.
You said Mr. Black said life. What you say, Sir Wilson?
I said being alive, man.
Alive. You know what? That we really sometimes do take life for granted in that aspect. So yes. Um, on top of that, I'm just grateful to be able to still have fun doing this. Like people, like we really for the long haul have been consistent in our own ways, and we've grown not only with the podcast but us as individuals. So I'm actually really grateful for the platform that we've created. I think it's taught us a lot about ourselves, and it's brought us a lot of like dope people into our lives. So I am thankful of the platform we've created and worked
Word,
so hard.
word, word.
Um, right around y'all doing a watch along for Survivor Series. I can't. We are not, but I'm tempted to do it for NXT. So maybe we may have to think about that. NXT deadline is next weekend, so the wrestling has been back to back to back. But we will have
Facts.
our viewing party at Playwright in the city on Saturday. So make sure to look out for
Irish
one
pub or
on
just
that.
playwright?
Irish, Playwright, Irish pub.
Gotta make sure. Because it's Celtic pug.
There's mad. There's mad.
That's
but
New York for you.
that's New York for you in a heartbeat. But all right, let's jump into Full Gear this past Saturday night and in Newark, New Jersey, in our backyard.
Solid
Uh,
show. Some bullshit though, but solid show.
what
I was
make
some
what do
bullshit.
you define solid? Like I
The thing is, I think we be acting like you expecting like a good continuation of stuff from like the show. Nigga, it was good wrestling and that was it.
so
Yeah, pretty
are you
much.
saying the expectation is a little smidge too high than what it should be?
No, it's good wrestling. The only match I thought was trash, I'm probably get cursed out online about this. Was Sasha Banks' match versus Chris Statlander.
So you know what it was for me with that match in particular? It just went too long. Like they were almost 20, like 19 minutes and some odd seconds, but it felt like 2 hours. Like it was just a lot of too many full finishes for me. Like I really just and I actually really think Chris Statlander probably should have won. But I guess the storyline that they probably will be going to is Mercedes Monet and Camille.
You
So
know,
I guess
you know
that's what
what?
they're
Let me
going
take that
for.
back. Let me take that back. I don't think the match was trash. I think the last 5 to 10 minutes of that 5 minutes of that match was trash. The overall match was solid. The last 5 to 10 minutes of that match, boy, oh my god. I
It
was
just
like, yo.
dragged.
But I also think they were tired, which goes back to what you're saying that the match was too long.
But on top of that, they don't. You know what it is, and it's not to say let's put the women's match to 2 minutes. That's not the thing. My thing is if there was consistency in having consistent women matches being that time period, then then we would anticipate that. Like the fact that we only got one women match on AEW on
Oh
the
shoot,
main
it
card.
was. It was one minute. I
And then
forgot.
you waste our time with a stupid ass champagne, fake ass champagne celebration for a girl that won a title 3 months ago. So like I just y'all gonna have to make it make sense for me. So if y'all want people to be invested, hey baby, if y'all want people to be invested in women's wrestling, especially in AEW, it has to be on a consistent base. And I've always said that. I've that's really been always been my biggest issue. Um but what's something that was memorable for you watching? Because I think that's another thing for me is that people will always sit there and be like, "Oh, it was a good show. It was the best show. It was this and that." But like as of today, what's the one thing you were like, "Yo, that stuck with me from the pay per view"?
Nothing. It was a good show.
Yeah,
Nothing.
pretty much.
It was a
Yeah.
good show, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, for instance, Bad Blood outside of the entrances was a good show. It wasn't super memorable, but it was a really good show. I enjoyed
Oh,
it.
the Hell in a Cell match was probably one of
Oh
the best.
yeah, I forgot about it. The Hell in a Cell match was memorable. My bad.
I was like, ah, I gotta give them that credit. But Mr. Black, what are your thoughts on Full Gear? What were some highs, some lows for you?
I mean,
Just
it
there.
was good. It was overall, but I feel like the ending was too much. It did too much for the ending. It was just like, yo, it should have just been like a lot of shit could have just been cut it out. Like it really watered down. It was just like, you do too much. Like, yo, it was a very serious moment. Orange Cassidy once again. Now the series was 1-1. Now the series is kind now series 2-1. The series sevenness, and after that, two people kept interfering. Christian Cage, I get it, but everyone else was just like, why? Willow's coming out. It was just like,
Oh, I like that.
I did pop for that, but it was only because I know she's come back from a concussion, so that was why I
what?
popped. Oh,
What?
but
But
Sorry.
it gave Avengers Civil War.
For what?
but then it's like none of these niggas have partnered together before.
Exactly.
Just
It made no
full
But
sense.
it's about the bigger picture.
It
the
made no
bigger
sense. It's
picture.
too
It
early for
made
this.
it made.
Like how that they've been fighting them for weeks. It's like it's very repetitive. Yo,
No,
stop giving mediocre things so much likes, dogs. It is what it is. It sucked. Like it's too
no,
much.
yeah, like it because it was just like who do we focus on? Like, do we focus on the still lingering and Adam Page losing? I didn't agree with at all.
Right.
And as now their plan is to do a fatal four way for that title, Adam Page still has no business in that match because he done
Right.
lost to Jay White twice.
Right. And wasn't
So
that
you
guy
got
weak?
that, and then you got Christian Cage coming out.
No,
Then
no, no.
you
Christian
got
Cage made
Darby
sense.
doing a hit and run.
Right. But
So
to me, it was just like it was just like keep it
it didn't
simple,
add
stupid.
anything for me,
Thank you.
and that's really what it boils down to. It didn't add anything for me. I get wanting Maxwell on the card just cause, but I just didn't feel like it didn't hit for me. Um, they have no business wrestling each other to begin with. Like they need to just let go to Adam Cole and the undisputed shit and just go your separate ways now.
You said the undisputed shit.
Yeah, because it's
Well, I
just
didn't
That's
say
what
the
it is.
undisputed shit.
that's what it is. He ain't he part of the undisputed kingdom era remix 2.0. No, I'm not tripping. But
I mean, again, overall, it was cool. You understand? There's nothing I will like. It was just a good card. It's like that's what I tell someone else the other day about AEW. If you're looking for a collective of good fighting, go watch AEW. That's it. There's no like, there's no strategy to this. You just go out, you fight, cool, nay, and that's how you go home. That's what it is.
I'm
It's
God.
just, it's just like a, it's
I
just
did.
like a.
I do like that we have a new TNT champion, James
Oh
Garcia.
yeah, that was good. That was good. But again, it was just like, sorry,
Good
AEW
morning.
just um, AEW,
I know. I know.
it's just, it's just y'all gotta play Street Fighter, right? You see how everybody come from all across the world and together they just fight it out. AEW feel like a fighting game. where they get random fighters, they show out their style, nobody really stands out. Everybody just feel like they got a little big thing going. It's like look at the Hurt Syndicate when it came out today on Dynamite. Even last time, they don't feel special. The camera gonna make them feel all that. You understand? Like they feel like a relic of an old time. Like it
What
feel like,
when they came out? What
No,
happened?
the Hurt
huh?
Business, Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened when they came out? I didn't watch. So I
They
don't
just came out. All right, cool. Like, yo, we gotta have an honest conversation. The Hurt Syndicate, it's okay. Like MVP does not do nothing. I'm sorry. MVP promos don't be memorable. MVP promos don't be like to make them go, Leo Rush should like be a manager for them. Cause it make them stand out. Like when Leo Rush was with Bobby Lashley felt like a bigger deal. Bobby Lashley felt like a Leo Rush gave him that MVP just sounds like how that they just friends, like I better have a group that's gonna go together. That's it. Like, there's no oomph to them. There's no nothing to them. I'm sorry.
Nah, you
So
bugging, you bugging.
there's no seasoning. Is what you're trying to say?
No,
What is
Nah,
it?
you
it's
bugging, you
just
bugging.
like it's just like what makes you different from the Hurt Business from WWE? You do nothing different. And that's the thing I be talking about. They
I
take
don't
a
think
lot of
that was
old
the point
shoe,
though.
but you have opportunity to do everything you did wrong from the Hurt Business over here. You do nothing out the ordinary. You wear suits, you cut promos. Ooh,
They look great, and the promos are hitting though.
See, but that's been my
name a
thing is the
line.
presentation.
Name a line.
But for me, the
But you
presentation
don't need to
is
name a
like
line every time.
Name no 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 no. Name a five point the MVP ever did. Matter of
When
fact,
the
further.
last sit down that they did, when they were sitting down to talk to, and I think to Renee Phuket, that was a great promo that they did together.
Name a
So
line.
I personally think
Name a
they are
line.
probably the best thing going on. When you name in the line, that's saying one thing. That's not a body of work. That's like saying somebody's hot, right? That's it. Somebody got a hot line. What about a hot
For
outfit?
somebody who's a manager that puts a hype up a group, you should be like you should have bubbles. You should be like, ooh, I felt that when Biggie used to cut promos for the New Day, Xavier Woods, you should have you like, ooh, wee. MVP like, that's cool, that's good.
but maybe that's just the vibe
Difference.
that he's going for. Maybe and you know what, to your brother's point, maybe that's just not something that's gonna interest you, and that's okay. That is a okay. Because I mean, I just personally, I really don't. I can't subscribe to it. But
Everybody, Sean, stop moving the goalpost. We're not talking about Judgment Day right now. We talk about the Hurt
that was
Syndicate.
bad random, mad random. But that was a sales promo. So what did they say? What were they talking about then? Tell me about it. Okay, not you, Black.
Uh,
You wasn't subscribing to it. Wilkins, what did they say in the promo basically? Hey, Eddie
Which
Jane,
which one? Which one?
the one that's from tonight. Did y'all watch?
The one with Renee?
No, the one from tonight. Did they come out on
I didn't
yeah,
watch it.
they
I didn't
AEW?
did.
watch it. I didn't watch it tonight.
Oh, okay. You didn't watch it yet. Okay.
That's my bad. That's my apologies for that.
Yeah, no, I thought you did. So that's what I'm saying here. Like, wait, you going back and forth with him? I'm like,
No,
if he didn't watch it and
I
you
just
did.
feel like they've been pretty solid in my opinion.
But
Just
I never said
like
how that it wasn't solid. I never said that. I said
no,
how
I'm
that.
saying that they're solid. They're good. They're the best thing going there. They look the best. They dress the best. I like the fact that they wear suits because majority of people in AEW look like bums.
Now you
And
see, you
but
keep
that's
on
gonna
missing
be.
my point. You're not listening. All you keep saying is just like I never like you attacking stuff that I never
You
made a
just
big
said that
deal
they go
about
out
them.
just to wear suits and then they talk. I
I said
like them
name a
wearing
fine
suits.
promo. Name a fine promo for a guy who be dick riding the rock. Every promo he had. Ooh, Cody promo. Ooh, I never see you do that for MVP shit. Never, dogs.
It doesn't
For a
matter. I
guy
don't have
that
to
who
say
love
that.
promos, dog, son, I can
So
keep on proving my
I'll
point,
give you an
son.
example. I'll give you an example. The Carter 2 is one of my favorite albums.
Cause it's better than the Carter 3. Carter
Yeah,
is a classic,
but
me.
but the people but people love the Carter. The Carter 2 is a great body of has a bunch of bars. But the Carter 3 was a great body of work. There's
Everybody
a
that
difference.
everybody that look, Everybody who was a Little Wayne fan, they said the Carter 2 is better than the Carter 3. We all know that. True Little Wayne fans know that. The Carter 2 is commercial, B. Throwaways, B. The Carter 2 is way better. Real Little Wayne fan know that. Niggas, real fan go back and say, yo, they can quote bars after bars are in bars, son. Hustler music? Come on. I'm saying this from a promo guy. I never see got hype for MVP promo, dogs. That's all I'm saying. I never said how that he's not good. But I'm saying that how that, yo, he does not give you that, ooh, you feel me? That's like, you know what? You're right.
But I
You're
think
right. I'm gonna leave
I
the
do
topic alone.
no, but I do think a part of it could be where it basically it may come off like a copy and paste from what they were doing in WWE. And but my and so I get that point of it, and I can see why that is a disconnect for you because you're just like we've already been through this phase. Show me something different. So I get that, but on the flip side, AEW audience has not seen something as clean and as cut as what they're presenting. But that's my fear for them is that it's not going to connect with their demographic. The demographic don't give a fuck about suits. The demographic don't care about what they talking about. Like that ass. Like that's just what it
This nigga said the demographic smells.
is.
Damn.
Yo, I mean, I didn't say that, but I'm saying their demographic, the demographic of AEW niggas that watch it, hardcore AEW niggas, they are not going to
They
gravitate
ain't
to
black.
and they not black. But they not gonna gravitate to niggas in suits. And it's not to say that that's something that they can't work on. It's not something that they can't get the audience to get on board with. But because it is something so fresh and new, it still hasn't. I don't think it still hasn't fully grabbed them like that. But like a fan, like someone that has an appreciation of what they've already done in their career is gonna
Oh.
sign on a lot faster than these niggas that are hardcore. Like I don't care what the fuck y'all saying. Give me some wrestling. You know what I mean? So it's a double edged sword when I feel like when it comes to them because they can present something very well and very clean to an audience that's not used to that. But then I don't want it to be where the audience doesn't appreciate it and where they don't connect to it. And that's my fear is they may not connect to what they got going on.
Well,
So
well, it's just like I'm instantly gonna say this, right? Tom Brady was asked, yeah, Tom Brady, you got so much championship. He didn't do shit for Tampa Bay yet until you won championship. So what you did in WWE, TNA, or those other companies don't mean shit when you come in AEW. You build on a fresh new start. So you may have accolades from previous. You got paid for your accolades. Now is a reason why how that we should keep you on screen. Do something better. This is why I applaud Chris Jericho. That's why I applaud a Christian Cage. Everybody who go to AEW and reinvent themselves
So you're
to
applauding the
something
white
better.
man.
According to man Bobby Lashley, he don't see color.
He never said that.
nigga
He never said I don't see color. He just
he
says
didn't
he
say
wants
that.
to erase the
But
word.
what he said translates into what was said
Oh,
a
right
few
here.
weeks ago.
I don't like. Oh. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll read it out loud.
I was gonna say
I
y'all know
don't
about
like that black champions is just champion, Lashley said. See, we've normalized this already. And that's what I want to do with it. Winning a title as a black champion, and there's other black champions here, we can kind of erase that word now. We can just say champion. It could be a black champion, it could be an Asian champion, it could be a Latin champion, it could be any champion. So we've already normalized, so we can kind of erase that black champion. And it's just champion now.
First of all, the fact of how you read that was outrageous. I just want you to know that.
Because that's how Bobby talks.
But that's basically low key what Triple H said, and Triple H got eight. He got eight for what he said.
No, he's just saying this. I get what he's saying. He's saying
I
that,
get what he's
listen,
saying too, but it don't mean that what was said before is not the same.
So he's sweating. He's sweating. He's sweating. Trying to defend this shit.
When Triple H
Oh,
got on that media storm and listen, and you was in the room, so that shit probably hit way different than it did on TV. You was like, God damn, nigga, like what you mean you don't see color? I can understand the reaction to
mm.
that. But what after he said that and he said, we look for talent. We look for who's the like who can bring something to the table. That's the same thing Your boy Roberto just said like, we just gonna leave black out of it, and we just gonna have champions. We can
No,
have
he's
Asian
saying
champions.
that there's
We can
been
have,
black champions. Let's just call us champions instead of just calling us black champions.
but then a nigga like me, but then a fan like me is like, yo, you don't understand. Like when I sat in the rain with a poncho and watched two black women main event WrestleMania, and her becoming champion for the first time as a black women main eventing WrestleMania. And you think I'm just gonna sit here and be cool with you just saying, let's just scratch the black off of it. Let's just call it a main event.
So
Nah,
my thing
fuck
is this
that.
way. Like my thing is this way. I definitely understand what he was trying to say though, but mysteriously now you get paid, you change your stance. But when you left WWE, you had all this mouth. Oh, this, that, there, all this issue though. But then not comfortable, you switch it up though. And that's the one thing that how that me and my boy were just talking about at work. And this is why it's gonna be our biggest downfall as people. We're never on code. We're never on the same exact page. Your man feels this way, you feel this way, and the other man just, oh, I'm just here because I got paid good. Nobody's ever on code. Never. Never on code. Never. I feel that's the biggest thing when it comes to black wrestling right now, son. Everybody has so many different opinions, but yet we can't go on the same exact page. I get it. But you was the main one that we like not too long ago when I asked you about Black Panther. You love that shit. You ate it up. But now you get paid, you switch it up. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know what? Fuck that. Y'all probably know better because like how that y'all been around the bourgeoisie's black. So I may not understand it. I
Nigga, the
don't.
bourgeoisie black. What are you talking about? Nigga, act like
It's,
this nigga sound like we in a separate
the
class
black
of people.
elite, the black elite in
Nigga,
wrestling.
we hang
That's what
around
you
the
talking
same
about.
people.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. So
Nigga
I
said
know who
the
I know.
blacks,
It don't
the
belong to me
bourgeois
now.
Yo,
blacks,
son, I swear, y'all all acting like y'all all
the
acting like
bourgeois
the
blacks.
bourgeois black. Y'all in wrestling, y'all all fucking acting like, son. Y'all all be like, you know what? It's not the conversation for now. Because like how the one pledge I took with one of my brothers today, I will not tear down my own on camera, but behind closed doors, woo, I'm on
This
that
nigga said.
ass.
Nigga,
This
shut
nigga
up,
said.
nigga.
This
You
nigga
hang
said.
out with us.
This
You be
nigga
with
said
us.
push the.
Shut
He
up.
said push the stop button and let me talk. No, nigga, no, we not gonna do that. But no, that just was my thing. My thing was like, listen, I understand it, and then what really got me was when Moose had reposted the whole thing, and I was just like, nigga, no one asked you anything right now.
Well, it was also because it was the girl who asked the question.
Well, they was out there chewing and spitting out everybody on that media storm. They started asking a question
Bro,
that was on.
it was listen. It was this, and I don't know who the girl is. I don't know who the girl is, and I don't want to shit on her. But she was the
That's the wrong
wrong
question.
messenger.
But she asked the question was stupid. The question she asked, the way she asked it was stupid. To be honest,
First of
respectfully,
all,
but it was a really
the company
heated
just
way of
started, and it
asking
is a
it.
good thing that they have black champions. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah.
But let's talk real talk. But Shorty, you are the wrong person to be asking this shit.
That was not the question to ask this at all.
Especially a bunch of like gorilla ass dudes, like not gorilla ass dudes, like that, like some big dudes who are super pro black, who are so like, yo, we're about the movement, especially MVP, because he called out Triple H in some type of capacity. So
So that goes back to my point. Like they're not on the same code. Yes, I understand that. Like MVP had an issue. Bobby is just like not everybody should be on the same exact code. That should be on the same exact page when it comes to your messaging.
See, but my thing was when MVP had said what he said about Triple H, I took it more as a person that was employed left the company, and now
Yeah.
he's saying just how he felt about how things went, and that was his experience. So I'm never gonna knock him for saying his experience. That's like all of us leaving a job, and we all have been able to talk about our experiences after the fact. So that's just how I didn't take it as him being like, oh, he about to tear down Triple H just because he the white man and I'm the black. I didn't take it that way. I
so
just took it as him just being like, listen, we didn't like shit shifted, we didn't agree on stuff. They kept beating around the bush on certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and we decided that I decided for myself that that's not what I wanted to subscribe to, and I understood that. That's with any job. Like people always, I think, forget as fans. Like at the end of the day, this is a business. These are people that are employees. So if they have an issue about how certain things have went down, they have a right to say like, "Oh, this is my experience." So
No, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
knocking
no,
him for
no, no, no,
that,
no, no, no.
but
hundred
I just
percent.
for me it just was everybody trying to be like, "Oh yeah, what Bobby said," but it's just like it's very similar to what was said previously. So we can't deny that was not similarities in that and how that came out. So that's why I'm just like, listen, if you want to knock one for saying it, you got to knock the other because that's not like Mr. Black said. We got to be on the same page.
And a lot
But
of
So
times, like how that.
speaking of people being shady and stuff, let's talk about Ricky Starks.
hashtag free Ricky, we love you, Rick. Richard, we love you. Hashtag free Ricky. Oh, that's not it. But recently a really great and I highly recommend Chris Van Vliet interview with Ricky Starks tag came up on Love YouTube, and Ricky Starks, Chris Van Vliet asked him about his, why, where is he, like, what's going on with him at AEW. So he said, it's a mind fuck because I'm in my prime, and it sucks when you're on such a momentum, riding the wave and doing stuff, and then just to be at home. Do I have speculations about why I'm not being used? Absolutely. So but he in the interview he does talk about people. He talked about how he was at Royal Rumble and people were trying to come at him and people were trying to question him about, him just supporting his friend.
Hmm.
Um, so he talked about that. He talked about, being at home since March and him being healthy and not injured and not being used. And how, so then more recently he started doing indie dates. So I think he did an indie date I want to up in the Midwest. I really want to say Minnesota, but I don't think it was that, or maybe St. Louis. It was one of them. But he was up in the Midwest not too long ago, and then he was pulled up at GCW this past weekend at American Mall here in
Hmm.
Jersey. The GCW had an event here, and he did a crazy promo. I guess gearing everybody up for his GCW dates, and then the rug got snatched from under him. So, AEW has then denied him going and doing the GCW event. So I think he was scheduled for a GCW show. Actually here, Hammerstein Ballroom, GCW I think will be here, in January, and they're supposed to do a show here. And I think the and there was another GCW show that was the one in LA. He was supposed to wrestle Zack Ryder in LA at GCW, and that got cut.
Hey, that's
Um,
another dude that kind of lost his sizzle.
so well, he was injured.
Okay.
If you
Oh,
talking about
okay.
Zack Ryder, he's been injured all
Yeah.
this time. So now he just
Yo, he do be injured all the time.
yeah, nah, he had some wild. So he was, but the cool thing about what he was doing was he was still like general manager of GCW while he was out on
Mm,
injury. So he was still
mm,
around, but wasn't wrestling.
mm.
So what are your thoughts on Ricky Starks?
Oh, wait, we gotta
Getting
read Effie's comment. Yeah, what happened?
oh okay. So
We're told that. Oh,
apparently the reason why AEW had pulled the plug on Ricky Starks working with GCW was because of a recent interview, a recent podcast that Effie is a well-known talent on GCW's roster, um, that talked about Tony Khan's daddy and AEW running in Hammerstein Ballroom, and that Tony Khan's daddy is paying him to keep him away. So after hearing, I guess, all of that on a recent podcast, AEW had decided to remove Ricky Starks from working with GCW moving forward. So the question to the table now doesn't mean I will say before the question, Ricky can still do indie dates. He's just not allowed to do GCW right now.
nigga,
So my question,
go ahead.
you said what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, so the question to the table is, what's next for Ricky Starks? On top of the fact that apparently there was a year option that AEW picked him up on for his contract. So he is now most likely contracted through the
Yeah, next year.
spring summer of 2025. So he may not be a free agent until sometime next summer. So my question to the table, with everything that was said and happening, what do you think is next for Ricky Starks?
He just has to wait it out his contract.
So, but do you think on the business side, is it smarter to keep paying someone to be home and not use them?
So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a whole ass buck. Nigga, I am at war right now with WWE. I am at
But
war.
are you?
No. Let's be honest.
Is
I'm
it
at
is
war
it
and
is
I'm
it two
getting my
sided
ass.
or is it a one sided war?
No. Hold on. Let's really talk about this. I am at war with WWE. I am losing right now the war with WWE. Then your boy, who we started this company with, is no longer with us anymore. He jumped ship to the other company. Now, is that wrong? No, it's business is business. But at the end of the day, I'm petty as hell. Because you know what? I'm paying you this money and you outside fucking with my ops. At the end of the day, you fucking with the ops.
But
then you are at WrestleMania cheering.
But he wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one though, because if you're gonna get that same smoke, then QT Marshall need that smoke. I mean, you don't really see Solo, not Solo Sokoa, but there's another Solo. You don't see that nigga like that. Dustin, there was more than him at that in that feud at WrestleMania.
Who?
I just
was?
seen it.
You forgetting the key word. You are cheering for my ops. You are friends with my ops.
But then here's the kicker. He definitely said in the interview that Tony Khan said it was okay.
Thank you.
No, Tony Khan said it was okay, but at the end of the day, you did it. This is the political game that I spoke about on last time we spoke about Ricky Starks. This is the politics of the game. Just because I tell you can do it, nigga, you should not be doing this.
You know the crazy thing about that? Wild shit? If a woman does that, y'all niggas will go in on that shit. But y'all turn around and do the same exact thing that y'all get on women about. That's some real sucker shit
I'm not
right
saying it's right. I'm just looking at it for what it is. Because at the end of the day,
but then really Tony Khan pussy as hell for that. Like, listen,
no, because the thing about it, Vince would do the same thing too.
If you gonna run a company, and if you that's like for me, if I tell y'all, don't wrestle for that promotion, and he goes and he takes pictures, he doesn't wrestle, but he still goes and hangs with them, and now I gotta punish him because he just went to go hang with his friends that actually just work for the promotion.
I'm paying you millions of dollars, bro.
Wow, who's to say that's a thing too?
But I'm paying you the most money you will ever have.
I don't know that either.
Oh,
I don't know that
it's like
either.
this guy said, Mercedes be training Bale all the time, but don't get punished.
Some girls went to that 49ers game all together, and they was in that seat. It was her.
That is different.
No. It does not matter. That's my ops right there. The 49ers will check it out. That's my ops. That's my ops too. That's my ops too right now.
No, it's not, because I'll explain it to you better. Because if you guys listen to me what I said, I'm talking about he was hanging out with Cody.
But that's his friend.
No. Hold on. He's hanging out with Cody Rhodes, and you already talking about leaving. Mercedes is not going to leave anytime soon.
We don't know that.
Thank you.
Mercedes has signed a long-term contract.
So, and this goes all back to what I say. Y'all wrestling fans hate women with a passion, but y'all do a lot of low vibration stuff that women does. Y'all do all the time.
What are you talking about?
Because my thing is this though. You talking about how that I told you could go, but don't go. But then again though, everybody I'm cool with AEW get to go, but I can't though, right? Oh, it's because like how that your contract back to expire. Treat me good, so I have no reason to leave. You was an MJF deck. Dick riding that nigga like a rodeo. Disrespect you on all levels. Didn't even show up to places, but you did. You what you did. You reward him though, right? That's even more than embarrassing. Embarrass your company, but that's okay though, right? That's okay though, right? Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here, man.
Like,
Fuck out of here.
and that's the crazy thing about it was that he had said it in the interview too. He said, "Now, if he meant that, if he didn't mean that, I don't know.
Thank
Like,
you.
I don't know
I
if he
like
meant
I
that or didn't
said,
mean
I just said that.
but what I'm saying is that nigga, just be honest. Just
Thank
say
you.
nah. I don't. I you can't fuck. That's just like when we were in a battle with niggas and we didn't tell niggas they couldn't fuck with them, but we really was just like, oh, if they do, we just kind of know what type of person they are. But it was up to us on ourselves to be like, we could have just said really what it was, just
Thank
to
But
you.
see.
that's
But
I'm not. But the thing about it, you're acting like promoters are fucking good people.
some are, excuse you,
Yeah. I don't know what you
Most are
talking
not
about.
good
are,
people.
The ones that you've been
but
around,
most but not all are not
don't do
shitheads.
that.
And the
Don't
thing,
do
But
and the
that.
thing,
Don't do that.
but you're not understanding.
it's not
This
that
is
I
how
don't understand. I completely understand it. It just doesn't mean
you
that's
talking
okay.
about moral ground. This isn't about morality. This isn't about being on a high moral
To
ground.
me, it's about respect.
Yeah,
Respect
the
me
thing
enough
about it,
to
he
tell
doesn't
res-
respect Ricky.
correct. And if you don't
But
respect
that's
a
the
nigga,
thing. But
then
that's what I'm
why do
trying
you
to
keep
tell
him
you.
around?
He
Then why
doesn't.
keep him?
But the thing
Thank
about it,
you.
I'm gonna make you feel like shit. The whole point of this is because Tony is fucking with him.
But he looks more than a shithead than Ricky Starks does.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm
I
not
He
don't.
looks
saying that.
crazy. He
I'm
looks
just telling you
crazy.
what it is. The point
But
of the whole thing.
I already know what that is about. I get it. But that still does not mean Tony Khan looks crazy. Crazy right now. Because then listen, you want to be petty and hold Ray Phoenix till when he can't come, cool. Whatever. That's what you decide to do, cool.
This is
How you
all
decide
about
to
the fact that they're losing right now. They're losing.
but they losing a battle that ain't really a battle.
Yeah,
But
but
it
the thing
wasn't.
about it, why are you hanging out with my ops? You're not one of my superstars. Don't
So then
hang
why
out
does
with
it
my
matter?
ops.
If I'm not a nigga you used to,
Right.
and if I'm
Right.
not a superstar, then
Right.
what does it matter where the fuck I'm at?
Thank you.
I'm gonna treat you like shit.
Thank
He's
you.
obviously treating the nigga like shit and said, nah, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna stay right here.
And that's terrible to do that. That's so that's bad. Cause
But the
it's not
thing
like,
about it,
and you know what's crazy, Cody, and I know I hope and I pray Cody Rhodes writes a whole ass book about what the fuck went down. Cause Cody is low key trying to take that shit to the grave, and I'm not here for
It's
that.
because he
I need
disrespected his
him.
wife. We all know what
No,
happened.
nah, but I need to know what was said.
We all know what happened. These niggas
I
disrespected
need words,
Brandy, and that's what happened.
but I need words because I know that is what happened. But I need
but
words.
the thing about it is like it always goes back to I always keep on saying the most disrespected woman, the most disrespected person on the planet is the black woman. That's it.
Well, it'd be like that, unfortunately.
Cody's about his wife, boy.
Yo, my wife. I'm here for it. I'm here for that. But I mean, hopefully, you know what? We'll just try to get Ricky before SummerSlam. It's cool. He'll get the crazy. Yo, if he is able to get to SummerSlam and just come out, that pop at MetLife is gonna be stupid.
And the
I
thing
just want
about it is just
everybody to
like
know that now.
and the way you talking about it is just like all this time off is gonna do good for his body. Like the bum card gonna get extended. Like people forget when a person take a break from doing physical sport for so many life, when they come back even better. So like
But
you
that's
said,
why he
oh,
started doing indie dates because he was like, "Yo, I don't want to be at home. I've that nigga said I've been home since March.
mm-hmm.
I've
Cause
been
the
And all
nigga
you
Tony Khan does not fuck with him. He does not like him.
And the
This
thing
is
though
all
is
a
like, yo, if
political
you don't fuck
thing.
with somebody, yo, let them go. That's real toxic.
He's trying to fuck him over. That's what he's trying to do. He's
But
so literally what
I feel like in the long run, he gonna end up fucking himself over. You paying a nigga, you do
the only
right.
reason why is because this is actually not working 100% is because Ricky Starks is doing podcasts, is because he's doing indie dates. What Tony Khan is trying to do is keep Ricky on ice because if he puts him on TV, he knows Ricky's gonna leave. So when
he did
Ricky
one
leaves,
podcast. That's
huh?
it. One podcast.
No, but the thing about it, he's doing what are we doing right now? This is actually his second podcast he's been on. He's
Yeah, I
been
was about to say
consistent. He's
he's done
cutting
a few.
promos about what's going on.
Yo, I
Then
want to
just
say
treat him better.
how come the promo at America when he was in Jersey at the GCW show that didn't get him in trouble? That's crazy. But Effie's the one that got you wrapped up. When Effie been talking, like I told y'all before, Effie been talking shit about AEW. That was nothing new. But
My
I
thing
guess
is
because
this
he's talking
way.
about his daddy,
Yeah,
it
you brought
became
my father into this one. So like how he probably
it's the
look like.
father that put the money in your account for you to do what you want to do. So I mean,
And what's wrong with that? Like
no.
the one that like the most
I wish
strangest
I had
thing,
a listen. I wish
right?
I had a daddy that had millions and millions of dollars. Be like, yo, go and do any match you want, any show you want to do, go for it. Okay.
I hate when people like be talking trash about like, oh, that's his daddy money. Isn't that the point to set up your kids right? Like, what kind of backward thing that people be having when it comes to this issue? Like, yo, I
You
be
know
looking
what? I
like,
think well, it's just some hater shit. It's just people with
yeah,
such
that's
a
some hater
yeah.
stuff. Like, yo,
But
it's
I
like,
wish he would manage the money a little bit better though. That's all I will
I
well,
don't
say.
gotta manage nothing.
at the
I'm
end
a
of the day,
billionaire.
I'm a billionaire, and like, yo, that's how it is, though. That's
Manage
how
better.
it is.
So last thing on AEW before we get into this weekend wrestling. So and this is kind of the issue that AEW's fallen into is that now they've added so many pay-per-views, they're not as spaced out as they were before. So right now they're gearing up for World's End, which I believe is the last. It'll be right. I think that last week or the weekend before the last week of the year, in I think on Orlando. So they're gearing up for that. But then Full Gear. No, I'm lying. Grand Slam, which once again notoriously has been here in New York City for the past 4 or 5 years, is now scheduled to be in Australia in February. And apparently now they are downsizing from the stadium to an arena in
Okay.
Australia, which really should have been the first thing you did to begin with because you've never done a show in that market, but that's neither here or there. But what are your thoughts on should AEW be gearing more towards smaller venues? Because I know that has actually been a hot topic for the past few weeks, where they've been doing these arenas and things like that, but only 2,000, 3,000 people for Dynamite and things of that nature. So, do you really think in moving towards 2025, should AEW really be looking at smaller venues?
Yeah, just go to college arena, and that's it. End of story. Get your money back up, get your audience back up. That's it. I'm we've been saying that for months, so this ain't nothing new.
Okay,
Keep it simple, stupid.
end quote. So, Wilkins, your thoughts on the moving to a smaller arena in Australia?
Nigga, yes. Like it's. I think this is a lot of times you see him move with too much ego, Tony Khan, and I'm not mad at that. You want to be that guy. You want to be that guy. And let's be honest. There was a time this company was smoking fucking hot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I won't deny that. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like like Orange Cassidy one pyro side. Pew.
Yeah,
That's how it's feeling.
the
But
company was smoking hot, and they could pack these places out. But
so
now, okay, we're not
what
doing
was the
that well,
turning point then? What was the
huh?
turning point? I said, what was the turning point when things started to go? No,
It was CM Punk. CM Punk was sent to AEW to kill the AEW from the inside.
no, he was not. Shut up. Even though that would be a really crazy story,
He
but
was
shut
sent.
up.
He was sent there by Vince McMahon.
Yo, that behind did y'all watch the behind the scenes? Did I send it to y'all? That behind the scenes from Survivor Series last year when Punk came back and
Greatest
they
one of
showed the
top
match.
five greatest moments in
Yo,
WWE history. I don't even fuck with Punk like that, but it was top five greatest moments
so
in WWE history.
understand like it made me realize I said, yo, this is why we love this shit. Like that moment in itself and to see how it was behind the scenes and then being there in person, like it was just like, yo, Bailey fucking dropped everything she was doing and said, I gotta find a TV because this is happening. Like
So I actually want to talk about that. About the death of kayfabe.
Oh, Jesus.
Because at this point, I enjoy the behind the scenes stuff. I like
Cause
to
you
see,
nosy.
huh?
Cause you nosy.
No, because the thing about my personality, I like to know how this was made. How did we get here? What was this beautiful piece of
It's the
art,
pieces.
the food, whatever? How was this cooked? How was what ingredients was put into this? Because a lot of times I like to learn from that. Oh, they did this, they did that. Okay, maybe I can put it in something that I'm doing a project in my life. But does this behind pulling the curtain back take away from the product?
So I'm 50-50 on it. I think when it's strategically done, then it doesn't take away from the product. So like for the example, like with CM Punk's behind the scenes of him returning, they released that almost a year to the date for when it would happen. So it wasn't like an immediate thing. It didn't like they didn't show that the next day on Raw. They didn't show it a month later. They showed that particular time a year later, so you can understand and see it. So that for me, it didn't ruin the moment because it's past. We've had so many more memories and moments since then with Phil. So it didn't ruin it for me, but I appreciated the behind the scenes. So for me, if it's in a certain amount of time and strategically done, then I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is that, like, for instance, I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. I try to like just stay away from internet sometimes, certain things. But when celebrities take pictures with wrestlers at the show, and they just had a major, they beefing with each other type shit, and they
Yeah,
post a picture the same night. It's like, why would you do that?
You
Like,
see, that's your problems.
I didn't
That's
need to
who
know
you
that.
see. Your problems. Stop following them on social media.
Well, no, I'm just saying, but that's why I said, if you listening, I said, for me, I try to stay away from certain things so that it doesn't ruin it for me.
So let me
Because
ask you
I
guys.
am, I'm not, because I'm not the spoiler type of girl. Like, I want to see it on my own and before anybody else tell me some shit. So I can have
So
my own opinion about it. But
so let me ask you guys a question. How many wrestlers that y'all follow on social media? That wrestlers that y'all don't know or worked with?
oh, okay, I was about to say, I was going to say, well, I follow Bianca, of course. Um, I follow Trip, of course. Um, I don't really follow niggas on social media like that unless I know them. To be honest with you,
Like if I don't know you, I don't follow you. Mm-mm. Because I feel like it's still real to me until I meet you. You feel me?
no, that's
Because
fair.
I work with a lot of these wrestlers, and I like to just keep the mystique of certain storylines. I look Bray Wyatt, the Either Worlds. I didn't want to know that he had kids. That's none of my business. Now I'm comfortable knowing that
No,
because he died, so I'm comfortable with that. He's not wrestling no more. I'm comfortable knowing that. But when you wrestling, that's none of my business. I like to
so wait, so does it
separate.
bother you when you know couples
What you mean?
like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch being married?
Oh, okay. If someone tells me, I don't care, but I'm not gonna go on my way to find out.
Okay, well that's because you just don't want to know, and that's fine.
You
That's
feel
okay.
me? It's just like I'm not gonna look up. Oh, who is Bobby Lashley's wife? None of my business. Because like kind of we're not friends. You feel me? Oh, do what's name have kids? Shelton Benjamin? None of my business. Because we're not friends.
No,
None
yeah,
of
the
my
personal
business.
stuff. It really just depends on the person, to be honest. Like that's more of a personal thing. Like, no, I'm not saying here wikiing everybody and finding out what they all they lives, but if a piece of information comes my way, like I will look into it so that I if it's true or not. But I don't stress about that. Like I try to for kayfabe purposes, I try to keep away from certain things, especially if I know if I'm not gonna be watching it just so that I'm like, all right, cool. It keeps
I
that
treat it like a TV show.
yeah.
That's how
But
I
that's
treat like there's
that's
actors on
but in
TV
all
shows.
honesty, we've been programmed, I think, in terms of watching wrestling as a TV show.
Yeah, I don't treat it as, oh, this is reality. I like, oh, this is a TV show. They're doing their job. I'm gonna watch it in that type. I know every people watch it differently, but for me, it's like this. It's real when I'm watching it, and then but I know the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think I mean you just gotta be that type of person that can be able to like do both, like distinguish both. Like you can have this reality and I mean you can have this fantasy and know what's going on, but then if you do know the person and you know some shit is like real, then you know. But I don't think it ruins it. But I appreciate it, but I will say I appreciated WWE for doing that a year later. Because had they did it right after, it would have I don't think it would have hit the same. I wouldn't have appreciated it as I did when it popped up the other day. Because I was just like, man, it has been a year. Yo, we were there for that. Yo, we get to see the behind. Like, yo, to see William Regal produce War Games last year and had no idea, I was like, holy shit, that was dope. Like, so, like, after the fact, I can fuck with it. But, like, right after, it's like, y'all could have held that or told me before. Like, it's not in between. But all right, let's get into some this week in wrestling. So Friday Night SmackDown last week, the fifth man in the OG bloodline was revealed. We had I don't know about y'all, but I know I probably scared my neighbors when I heard Paul. I was like, oh shit, Paul's back.
Nah,
But
that was dope. That was dope. That was a dope
hell
little thing.
fuck
1 year thing. Like
is the
I just
fifth
hope, like
man.
Sean said, I hope he doesn't get hurt though.
Yo, I pray because I have dreams for this Royal Rumble that I need to happen. So I need Phil to just do the minimal. I need him to be like the fifth person to go into the ring. Like, don't even start the match, bro. It's not even worth it. Like, just chill out. But CM Punk will be the fifth member, a part of the OG bloodline, going against the new bloodline. So it will be 5-on-5. And also we saw that Jade unfortunately is injured apparently. So she's
Legit
sitting
too.
out, yeah, like legit. So they saying up to it could be 3 months, but it could be up to a year. Um, so we just gonna send her praying and healing to her because that's crazy. To
It
like,
really is a. She's really legit.
yeah, yeah, that's what they saying. It's like legit. They would say, well, what I read, the thing I read, they were saying her neck. So
Neck.
it could be something nerve. It could be some stuff. So
Damn, her career might be over, son.
I wouldn't
That's
go that far
not the
now, but
case.
it could just be a
Facts.
nerve
Facts.
type of situation. It may not be over.
Because I seen all these people come for neck surgery and still wrestle, so I don't think it's done.
Willow had neck surgery.
Yep.
So, well, once again, we send best wishes to
Daniel
Jade.
Bryan, you name it,
Cover.
Sting.
First of all,
So
Daniel Bryan is a different case, different story, different thing.
we're
You
not gonna
know,
go through this, Janelle.
we're not. I'm telling you, we're not. I'm
We're
telling
not.
you.
We're not.
Because a nigga
We're
need a
not.
whole type of surgery, and he's just not. He's not getting it. He's like, I don't want to do it. So that's
Because
on him.
because not everybody want to go to surgery again. Like nobody want to go through that pain again,
But it's
recovery
not
and
even
stuff
just
like
that. But
that.
it's just like it's more of like life. Like like you got 2 kids. Like bro, like you gotta be around to raise these little ones. So like you gotta be moving. You got a son. You want to move around. You want to be there. So like you don't want to be there with looking crazy. You know what I mean? Or
No,
or not
I
feeling
understand that though,
a
but
100%.
how you know if my nigga Daniel Bryan not taking sea moss and black seed oil and
I
stretching?
don't think
He's
I don't
definitely
think he's
not.
doing that. He's definitely
How do
not
you
doing
know
that.
that? This man, like, yo, listen, you know what? I'll let you think that.
You
Because y'all
think?
don't top of the
I
black
just
seed
want
oil
to
and the
know,
sea moss.
but I don't. I just personally, I just don't see a guy from Aberdeen, Washington, taking CMOS. I don't. But you never know. So if you want to send him some, by all means, go for it. But with Jade out of War Games, it looks like Bailey has taken the place and will be the fifth member. I don't know who. Ain't no team captains because I was just like, is it Beyonce?
Team
Is it
captain
Rhea?
is Rio.
But then she didn't do the advantage match, so I can't even. I don't know. She the real. She's like,
Because the concept was, yo, you know what? Yep. She was like, Rhea came up. He's like, kind of, since you enable your team, y'all figure it out, and I'm gonna get the advantage. Janelle, come on, they explain this, Janelle.
No, no, no. She explained how they found the fifth member, but I that still does not mean like, oh, Rhea's the cactus. That didn't give me that.
Because Rhea is Team Rhea. You feel me? And besides, for a person that who have that mask, yo, Bianca, yo, go out there. You feel me? You're the toughest, you're the strongest, you're the
She said
EXP, right?
I gotta put the whole team on my back. If you putting a team on your back, then sis, you a captain. Just
Well,
saying.
it's the same exact way that an employee that does all the work but never get promoted.
That's sad, but I mean fair. Um so yeah, so Bailey is the fifth member on their team. So I do see them opening the show actually, and then the guys probably closing the War Games match.
Yeah,
Um, what else happened on SmackDown? Nakamura came back once again.
yeah.
Montez got a W on SmackDown against Triple H 2.0. I'm so glad we're about to see another breakdown of this DIY shit. So
Thank
glad.
you, thank you.
So thankful of it. Trying to think what else happened on SmackDown. I feel like that's it because these fucking shows 2 hours. You know, they don't be about nothing. And then Raw this week. Um, did we watch Raw? We watched it the next day. No, we will watch NXT after I finish this. Um, what happened on Raw? I'm trying to think. Well, Bailey came out, helped Bianca.
Yeah,
Uh, they had
Billy
announced
Kiss.
not during the show, beyond me, but they announced that there is going to be a women's intercontinental title, which is really
Fire.
white strap, exciting. So they'll probably have a good old tournament show about that, and they have been doing the tournament to crown the first ever women's United States champion, which will the finals for that will take place at Saturday Night Main Event here in New York and Long Island on December 16th. They also did announce, yo, I've never seen Cody Rhodes that angry. That scared me. But they had also announced that Cody Rhodes will be defending Universal title against Kevin Owens at Saturday Night Main Event as
Must have had no
well.
suit on, nothing.
Yo, my man came out hot, like rah. I was
Cody,
like, oh my
Cody,
god, Cody.
Cody looked like a regular. For the first time, he looked like a regular person. Nothing fancy. And Kevin Owens like, yo, I expect you to come in a suit like you always do. I was like, that is true. Like he
That
looked
was one of the best
weird.
promos they cut together.
Yo, legit. Like it
He
got
looked
me excited
weird.
about their whole thing. Like I was
He
like,
looked
oh,
weird though. He looked weird though.
what look weird?
Cody.
He was in track pants. He came from the bus.
Cody wears a suit on the bus just to chill.
But the nigga came fresh off the boat. He probably was tired because he was at the Moana 2 premiere. Them niggas was in Hawaii. That nigga is exhausted. He was on Jimmy Fallon. So my man was exhausted. But oh, speaking about promos, the 10-year anniversary
Oh,
dedication
fire.
of New Day will be on the Raw on December the 2nd.
Oh man, this promo. Oh my gosh.
But this week on
So
Raw,
good. So good.
Kofi and Woods went toe to toe. They did some brother shit. They did some shit y'all do. Y'all did. Y'all do that.
Thing just got heated between Coffee and Xavier. Woods on
That's how
Raw
y'all
after
got.
the loss to Otis and Tonga.
That's how
Woods.
y'all get
I'm the
down.
reason. I'm the reason. I'm the reason you can WWE champion. Coffee. I'm a Hall of Fame when you met me. Coffee. Do you want to know what you have? What you have not done like myself and Big E? Because you've never been good enough, and that's my fault. Dang, Woods. You pissed away like a silver pie in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar. Woof.
They was
That was uncalled for.
they was spitting. They was spitting. It was very spicy. It was very caliente because I was like, oh my god, are they really coming at each other like that?
Then after that, they go, "Ooh, that shit was hot. That shit was hot."
I know they had to go behind after that shit cut. They had to be like,
Like,
yo,
ooh. Yo,
that
I
hit,
love
that
wrestling
hit.
promos because it be so intense. And after that, you go like this, and I go, "Yo, that shit hot."
Yo,
I
and that's how
love that
their
energy.
production of that was just so ill. Like them niggas, the cameraman followed them to the back. Like that, like that was ill. Like I was like, oh, because at first I was like, well, where are we going? And then also was like, oh, we're following them. Oh, we're going. Oh, this is happening. Oh, okay.
And
So
that's
I
the
thought
main
it
reason
was
why that I look at AEW, I'm looking like that's trying to compare it to is just like the simplest shit of camera work y'all can't do by now.
nah, because they're nah. They camera, they production ain't there yet. They'll get there. Hopefully, pray. Did you? Oh, Wilkins, did you see Nia in 4K on Raw?
Naya's so fine, bro.
Yo, they gave her the 4K camera.
Yo,
She's
I
you
so
know the
said,
fine.
crazy thing about Naya? Everybody used to hate Naya. Now, quiet. Quiet.
yeah,
Who used to
I had
hate
told
Naya?
Come on, don't act
everybody did not
stupid, man.
you.
Why you acting dumb?
Who used to hate
But
Naya? I didn't
what?
hate Naya.
Who said
That's a
y'all? Who
man.
said you? Are you y'all?
It's all that matters, sir.
Oh
That's
my
the
god.
only person that matters is about who. If I like Naya,
Yo, but oh, and that was the other thing about New Day, because yo, so we was coming home, we was on the J train, and Michael sees a picture of the new, like what they wore, and he just popped. He said, "Oh my god!" And I said, "What?" But I was like, I don't
yeah,
want
they
no
used
spoilers.
they
I was
did
like,
this
don't spoil
Dragon
it for
Ball
me.
Z
Don't
shit.
spoil it for me. So then when we watched it and he explained it to me, I said, oh, okay, that's some real video game shit that they would do. Oh, okay. So you know what? I love the fact that how they did that. Now, once again, now you gotta tune in on that Raw episode and see what the fuck about to happen. Cause
Like
baby,
even today on AEW, like I watched it literally before we got on. It was just like, nigga, y'all just came from pay per view. The shit, like this is a come home, like the come back home, like this shit, like
I
has no
mean the
sizzle.
hesitation though, cause the go home show was
Yo,
the shit. So
it's just like yo, you saw Bobby, and that's why I be telling you, like Bobby, like the Hurt Syndicate came out, there was no sizzle to them. It was like, all right, cool, but it was in WWE. You'll feel like the camera will be different, the lighting would have changed, do something different, presented as a bigger deal. That's why I feel like, all right, you want to know, all right, how long is Tony going to invest into you? Like I feel like some reason why MVP might say something crazy about Tony Khan down the road when shit don't go his way. If shit don't go a certain type of way he likes it.
I mean
I
that's
just
really
see that he did
anybody.
something crazy.
I think that's anybody that be on that type of time. They'll just when they feel like they want to say something, they'll say something. But sometimes you know what it is for me though. Sometimes commentary don't help either. Like I really do feel like Excalibur and all of them. Like I just be like, y'all don't got no sizzle, so why should I have sizzle? And then
I
also I think especially last week's Dynamite, the crowd was not all that. So I
yeah, the
think
crowd
that doesn't
sucks.
add to the show as a product in itself. It's like if you the people there ain't intrigued, then what are
CM
we
Punk
doing?
was sent to destroy AEW, bro.
CM Punk was not sent as the mole. Stop it. Stop it. Yo, he really trying to put that narrative. It's
That's
not
what
though.
happened.
It's not what
You that nigga
happened.
like how that you the nigga that be on Twitter, I mean on
Yo, Phil
X,
ain't speak to
yeah, come on with
Hunter
some
in
random
years.
come with some like random like conspiracy theory, overthink videos, overthink moves and all of that.
But I
You
will
that
say
dude.
the way he did her Stephanie, I definitely was like, yeah, that's spoke before, didn't we?
I'm just saying though, son. You and your whole crew, Muscle Malcolm, they'll be making like fake ass scenarios in your heads.
Why
That's
did you
your crew.
mention Muscle Malcolm?
Cause that's your
Because
man.
that's
That's your
my
best
man.
friend.
That's the
How's that
man.
my best friend?
Tag him in.
Ah man, then I want to add more sizzles. I can laugh about it. Like you know how y'all be like, oh yeah, protein shake. Let's work out. Talk about fake storylines. Yeah, Muscle Malcolm. Nigga, that's your best friend, son. You love that nigga more than me sometimes. I be
He
wondering
does not
sometimes.
love him more than you. Shut up.
Ah,
Look at this
That
make.
I won't even let you do that narrative. He does not love him more than you. But speaking
Muscle
about
Malcolm
love,
think different.
but then that's his business. You his brother. That's what. Ain't nobody gonna come between that. I wouldn't allow it. So
Okay.
not happening. But all right, let's get into the Survivor Series predictions so we can wrap this on up because it is Thanksgiving Eve and we do want everyone to be able to enjoy
Hold
a
on.
holiday and get prepared. Oh my god. Some of these things are popping. All right,
Okay.
so we got I work down and then go up. We got the WWE United States Championship match. We got LA Knight going against Shinsuke Nakamura. I really want Nakamura to win.
Me too. Me too. Me
Like
too.
if we're really not gonna give Nakamura a dub, then let's not do this.
He
Let's
he
not hype.
should he should win, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
LA
don't. You
night.
know what? If it comes down to it, then I think it won't. It will be a DQ or something. It won't be a clean win.
Yeah,
So that they're able to pick that back on up. I would love for it to be here and Saturday Night Main Event. That'll make me actually want to go.
But that'll be a
More.
moneymaker.
Yeah. We got for the WWE. Yo, Braun Breaker and Kaiser on Monday was crazy.
facts.
So Adam Pearce turned it into a triple threat match. So we got Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Kaiser for the Intercontinental Championship. Um,
Broadbreaker.
I actually told Mike I think Sheamus may win. I don't know.
But it all
I'm
depends if
liking
Sheamus.
Kaiser, man.
Yo, I only say Sheamus because it's once again the title he hasn't won yet.
Wait, what happened to this other man?
Who?
Leonardo da Vinci.
He's on SmackDown.
Damn, he hasn't been there for years. But go ahead.
He was on and had two matches with fucking Apollo Crews and lost both of them. It was weird.
Did Apollo get fired?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Let me be very
Nah, he
clear.
was nah.
I'm not praying for his downfall because like how that I felt like dang. I'm
What?
not saying that I'm like how that I'm not praying for his downfall. But
But no, Giovanni Vinci. He was on. He was actually crazy. He was actually talking to Mello in that segment when Cody had came back, and then Mello and Cody got into it. He
yeah.
was sitting with him.
Okay.
Cody's about to turn heel soon, son.
He needs
Nah, I
to.
don't think so. No, I don't think so yet. Give it another year. Give it another year. Give it another year. Okay, can you put that back up? I don't think I was like, I don't know what's going on. We got for the World Heavyweight Championship, we got Gunther defending the belt against Damian Priest.
Gunther.
Gunther, yeah.
Yeah, what's
But
next?
Damian been violating this nigga all on Raw the past few weeks, so. Mm-mm. We got the women's war game match. We got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Once again, Bailey is now in replacing of Jade Cargill. Io Sky, who is the MVP of War Games. And Naomi going against Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. Yo, could Tiffany cash in during this match?
I'm thinking the same thing.
Whoa.
I don't think she's gonna cash in.
As I just read that, I don't, but as I just read that, I was like, yo, you got both champions the
That would be a
same
good swerve.
in the same ring. You got both of
Thank you,
them.
Vaughn.
Well, thanks, Ron. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we got the men's war game match, which we have
The
Team O
original bloodline winning.
Triple G Bloodline going against Solo Sikoa's Bloodline. I actually think Solo and them's gonna win.
Nah, original bloodline has to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. My spirit telling me I don't know. Do you think so? You think your man Dwayne gonna come out?
Probably.
Yeah, he ain't making that much money in
Probably.
Hollywood right now.
But you know what? I want to go see Moana though.
I
Michael got to
definitely
see the
go see.
Michael got to see the first one before we go, but I want to see the second one, and I actually still want to see the Santa movie. So I don't care.
I'm all about indigenous people and their and their culture.
Okay, I will. I like culture, so I will agree.
We
Even though
know.
I have no indigenous in me at all. I am pure nigger.
Wow. Okay. On that note. Once again, myself and Mr. Black will be at Playwright. We'll be at Playwright, not Legends for Survivor Series. So come out this May. No, one of the last few viewing parties of the year.
Yeah.
Uh, but if you will be in the Vancouver area, it is a 6 o'clock start time. So doors will open at 5, and it is an actual 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
I think
start
that's
time for
good. I think
Survivor
that's
Series.
good.
Which
I think that's
means
good.
I have to be there in the arena
Which
by two
means
thirty.
it is a 3 o'clock start time for those that will be attending the actual event. So if you are in the Vancouver, British Columbia area, you see Sir Wilkins, say hey, because he will be representing the Jobbertears podcast out there. Um, and it's also his birthday weekend, so happy birthday to Sir Wilkins.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
he's
thank
gonna
you.
be out
Uh,
there with his niggas. Muscle Malcolm, everybody, his
but
whole
is Malcolm
crew.
No, I'm going by. I'm really gonna be there by myself.
going? Boom. See, so don't stop speaking stuff like that. It's not even true.
Alright.
But
I bet you like how his man's gonna surprise him. Watch. I guarantee it.
that's his business. That's just because that's his friend. I mean I'm not gonna do this with you. So yeah, so make sure to wish Sir Wilkins a very happy birthday. His birthday is this weekend.
December
Um,
8th, I'll say.
December 8th, Osprey Wrestling back in Charlotte, North Carolina will be crowning their first ever Osprey World Heavyweight Champion in a tournament, one night tournament. So make sure to go out and support.
You know,
We
some of the
have Battle Club
matches.
Own, Yacht in the building. Oh, we got Karen Van Van going against Journey Blade and Jada Stone. That's dope. Triple threat. I like. Music by DJ Steel Wheel in the building on the ones and twos. We got Owen Knight going against Darian Benzington. Oh, dope. Oh,
Yeah.
Owen, that was that's Zuka's ex roommate. Actually, I want y'all. Are you gonna go? Cause I actually record this for me.
All
We
right.
got
The problem
Trevor
is I
Aon.
kind of I'll take off here.
Okay, we got Trevor Aon going against Billy Dixon in a tournament or that first round. That's dope. We got the man, the myth, the legendary Lockhart going against frontman Ja in the first
We
round.
need to have him on the show. There is Lockhart. We need to have him. But go ahead.
Okay, good.
I'll get him.
We got once again representing Battle Club Pro as always, our franchise champion, y'all the gifted one going against Kazone. Shout out to him and everybody down in the Charlotte and North Carolina area that really be into doing a lot of independent wrestling. Because if you're
Facts.
gonna be out there this weekend, Winston Salem, WrestleCade is this weekend. So make
It
sure if you
is?
are, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
the same weekend
if
as
you are, and it's always Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
So if you are in the Winston-Salem or North Carolina area, go and show some support. I say does have a table at WrestleCade, and I believe Keith will be manning the desk. And there's many of talent. So shout out to the guys out there in Charlotte. Always love. I do believe HOG's next show is in 2 weeks too.
yep, in December.
Where I think they had announced they're having Matt Riddle
And they have Matt
returning.
Hart in the Hardys.
And the Hardys in the building. So make sure to go out and support. I'm trying to think what else is going on in the world. So yeah, so we'll be at Playwright this weekend. And then next weekend NXT Deadline will be next Saturday, and then 2 weeks from then will be Saturday Night Main Event here in New York, Long Island. So make sure if you are going to have a good
Yep.
time. And then I think the last pay per view will be actually World in AEW World, and will probably be the last pay per view of the year. So we are winding down. But once again, as I said last week, again, if there are any topics, anybody you guys actually want us to interview, anything y'all want to talk about, email us, DM us, message us, let us know. We'll definitely be able to, go out the year with doing just some just chill, cool shit, how we do. But any last words before we do sign off?
Love you
Nope.
guys.
Love y'all. I'm thankful for the two of you guys, even though you drive me crazy. I love and I'm thankful for the both of you, and I wish not only you guys but everyone that's watching or will be watching a very safe and healthy, happy Thanksgiving. Hug and kiss your families because you just never know. You just never know. So make sure to love each other and hold on to each other as tight as you can. But we will be back in. Are we recording this week in studio?
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yep. Next week we'll hear all about Phil Wilkins' journey to Canada on the Vancouver side. And we will
Hmm.
be talking about the fallout from Survivor Series. I think a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of things are about to go down. It's going to be
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
So once again, come out this weekend if you're in the tri-state area. Come hang with us Thanksgiving weekend. But as always, I am Janelle from HR here with Phil Wilkins and Mr. Black. Hashtag Black Excellence. Happy Thanksgiving. Hashtag we are out.